Okay, past continuous. There are four usages of past continuous in English. The first usage, probably the most important, is a continuous action which is interrupted by another action. Now, when we make sentences like this, we have two parts. The continuous action, of course, we say in past continuous. And then the interruption usually is past simple, or it's just a time. So I'll give you an example. I was taking a bath when the earthquake started. One more time, it's continuing. I was taking a bath, taking a bath, taking a bath, taking a bath when the earthquake started. So the earthquake interrupted taking a bath. Now, the same example, but we're going to say a time. I was taking a bath at 8 o'clock. So maybe my bath started at 7:50. So 7:50 here, start. I was taking a bath, I was taking a bath, taking a bath, taking a bath, 8 o'clock. So we say at 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock I was taking a bath. One more example. The storm started when I was walking home. So the order is the opposite here. The storm started when I was walking home. Now the second usage of past continuous is to talk about two actions happening at the same time. Okay, so we have two things happening at the same time. And again, we have two parts of our sentence, but this time both parts of our sentence are past continuous. So I was watching TV and he was reading. This means they were happening at the same time and no stopping, no interruptions. The third usage of past continuous is to give background information to a story. Now in the past simple video I talked about, well, when we talk about events, usually we use past simple. But if you want to introduce the situation, the background information for the story, we use past continuous. So, it was a beautiful day. The birds were singing, the sun was shining, and in the cafes, people were laughing and chatting. So I'm starting my story, I'm introducing my story. I just told you the birds were singing, the sun was shining, and people were laughing and chatting. So now in my story, I will tell you the events in the past simple. Now the last usage of past continuous in English is it's the same in present continuous to talk about habits that you don't like, and in this case, habits you didn't like. So remember, we have to use the word always in these sentences. It's that secret meaning. So, he was always leaving things on the ground. That means I didn't like it. So those are the four meanings of past continuous in English.